Hi everyone, my name is Kyle and I am here to do an unboxing for the addiExpress Kingsize knitting machine. For those of you who are just receiving your machine, I'm really excited about all of the things that you can create using this really awesome tool from Addi. So let's open the box, see how to set it up, and answer some quick questions you might have as you begin to explore your new tool. So the box itself, we'll open it up and you'll want to hold on to these boxes. They are great for packing and shipping your machine if you ever need to. So hold on to the box itself. Inside here, you're going to find a few things. So of course, the machine and some things that are floating around usually on the inside here. There's the Addi stoppers. These are used for knitting flat, back and forth flat on this machine. So that's what those are. There are some replacement needles. So you'll see white needles and a black needle, and then there's a little plastic tapestry needle. There's a little bit of cushioning for the gold handle, which can live right there. And here's the gold handle. And then inside this little section, we are going to find the leg clamps. These hold the machine to a table if you want to attach it to your table. And then you're going to find in here as well legs. And the addiExpress Kingsize and Pro use the same leg and leg clamps. A lot of the parts interchange from one machine to the other, but this is 4 legs for this machine. So I've got those. Then I have my machine, so come out of here. And then there is also, I'm going to set my box aside here. There's also a sort of a pamphlet, a very generalized pamphlet here that talks about how to use the machine. And there's some basic instructions here in 3 different languages. So depending on if you want to speak German, English, or French, everything is here. Just choose whichever language you'd like to speak. In my case, it's English. So I'm going to look at all the blue instructions and follow. Parts are all listed here. This is all the stuff that should come in your box. And then how to set it up and get going. So there's a really valuable resource here for introducing yourself and familiarizing yourself with the machine. So that's the machine itself. Here, this is the body, and you'll notice right there that there is a sticker, and that sticker shows you that this machine came from the North American market. So this machine left the warm home of Skacel, just outside of Seattle, and found its way probably through a local yarn shop or some distributor to you. And because that sticker is there, that means that this machine carries the North American warranty. So if there's any issues or problems with this, there's a whole year that you can reach out to the shop where you purchased it from, and they'll be able to help you answer questions or troubleshoot. And if you bought it from us, then of course reach out to us. So this is what the machine looks like. Got to unwrap these guys, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to unwrap one of these. And we're not going to be reusing this plastic, of course, so this can be disposed of. So there's one. I'm going to get these other 4 done, and then we'll show you how to get these onto the machine. I have the 4 legs unwrapped, and now I'm going to unwrap the leg clamps. So I have 2 of these, and they are very lovingly wrapped. So I've found before there's a little wing nut right here, so it might be hard to see, but I'm just gonna untwist to get the clamp part off of here. And the wing nut is still hiding inside this, but I can tear this plastic to remove it. And now I have all the parts I need to attach the leg to the table. So again, here's the second one. I just tear this piece of plastic to expose the main part of it, and there's that little wing nut that's sitting in there. So I'm going to untwist until I can get the actual clamp out of its packaging. And then from here, I can just give this a pull or cut it with scissors. And there's the wing nut. You could also probably use scissors, but I didn't have them with me. So here are all the things that we need to get our machine going. So we're going to turn the machine upside down, and then we're just going to put this piece into here and screw these legs in. And that's going to happen in 4 spots. because there are 4 legs. And these don't need to be super tight, just finger tight is just fine. Leg number 3, and any leg can go in any of these bracket mounts. Here's the 3rd one, and here's the 4th one. Okay, so our machine now has legs to stand on. That's awesome. You're gonna find also on your machine that there's a counter. This is a manual counter, and it is engaged by the black needles, which we're gonna see in just a second. But before we start cranking the machine, or well, we can crank it right now. But when we start cranking it, it makes noise, and that's okay. And as we get to these 3 needles right here, this is the beginning and end of a round. And you're gonna find that there's some tension here. And as we cross, you hear that resistance? I'm gonna go all the way around again. This is what a machine normally sounds like. Just some little bit of gears rolling around in here. And I'm gonna get to these black needles right here. And that's advancing this counter. So there is a little bit of resistance right here, and it advances the counter. That is totally normal and expected. The other thing I want to say is, as far as the handle itself, there is some play and movement in this handle, and it's totally normal for it to rock a little bit and have a little bit of give in the handle itself and this piece here that spins. And as you're turning, you want to go up and down, sort of like a Ferris wheel. You want to make sure that you're doing that, not pushing towards the machine or pulling away from the machine as you're cranking. And speed is important just to be aware of. So as you are cranking, you want to crank at a reasonable rate. If you crank really quickly or super slow, that speed is going to affect the tension. So that's some other things to keep in mind. On the edge of the table is where we are going to clamp our legs. So we use the leg clamp, and it needs the wing nut. So the wing nut goes here and spins its way down, and this hook goes around the leg, and then that little flat plastic piece goes up against the bottom of a table. And if you're doing this on a very nice table, make sure that you put a little piece of felt or something at the top or bottom of this to hold it securely without marring the surface. Don't get in trouble if you're doing this on a table that's not yours. So just loosely getting this finger tight again, and it will hold the machine in place. It keeps it from rocking. You repeat with the other clamp. So you go near there. This is going to go up against here, and this little wing nut gets to go on here somehow. So that's your machine attached to the table, and now we're ready to get cranking. So we won't need, again, these needles, but eventually you'll need this plastic tapestry needle. And the reason this is plastic is because you're going to be using this to take stitches off of your machine. And so this plastic needle is a little kinder to the plastic parts on the machine. This can live in this handy little spot right here. So that's where the tapestry needle goes. So that is how to get the machine out of the box and attached to the table. If you have questions, you're not sure about anything, you're running into any challenges, reach out to us. We'd love to help you answer any questions that you might have. In the meantime, don't be afraid to experiment with your machine. Try lots of different yarns. There's a wealth of information on the internet about how to use the machine. Lots of people have tips and tricks and things that work for them. So check out those resources as well and have fun with your new machine. Thanks for watching.